Oh, testing, 有聲. Okay, so let's do the final video on chapter 19, okay, on some easier topic we call banking, right? 係嘛？我哋睇下銀行嘅制度啦 ，okay? 好嘛？嗱 in this world, there are actually two big categories of banks, right? The first category is what we know the best. We call that commercial bank. 我哋平時去嗰啲銀行啦。But let's talk about commercial bank later. Let's go to page 154版啊 and talk about central bank 中央銀行 okay a central bank first of all remember right central bank do not deal with consumers 即係我哋係唔會去中央銀行啊，我想攞啲錢。No, it doesn't happen, right? They do not deal with the general public, right? Instead, they deal with banks, commercial banks, right? 係咪？咁佢有咩 function 啊 ？Okay. Now you see here, right? There are a lot of functions, right? 係咪？嗱，唔會逐個講嘅，自己睇啦，好嘛？嗱 obviously issuing currency, right? As a government banker， 有幾個難少少嘅，我想講啦。嗱。For example, number four, we call that lender of last resort 係俾邊個咧 ？To commercial banks。原來當 commercial banks 唔夠錢使嘅時候啊 ，they can ask the central bank to lend money, okay, to deal with the adversity. For example， 係嘛？假設啦，for example here，some famous example would be bank runs， 所謂擠提啊。當擠提嘅時候咧 ，everyone goes to the bank wants to get money. Suddenly, the bank do not have enough money to pay to all customers, right? So what they do, they need to borrow from the central bank. Okay, they borrow from the central bank so that they can give money to the consumers, right? You know 啦，中央銀行 central bank, they lend money to the commercial banks. There is an interest rate. We call that discount rate. 係咪？原來所謂嘅 discount rate 啊 ，keep in turn 個率啊，就係講緊中央銀行借錢俾 commercial bank 嘅所謂叫 interest rate 啦。OK 係嘛？ So discount rate basically it connects to interest rate. Not exactly the same, but okay, basically similar to interest rate. OK 好嘛 ？Lender of last resort 係咪啊？佢最後要求救嗰個人啦。OK， 另一個啦叫做 clearing house. Remember banks between banks. OK, let's say bank A, and then we have bank B. 原來咧佢哋一日之間啊 ，there can be so many transactions, right？ 係咪啊 ？So many 係咪？每一日都好多個 transaction 嘅 ，many transaction。OK， 冇理由每次 transaction 都俾錢噶嘛。So basically what they do, they put some entry into their bank accounts. OK, and the central bank would keep all those accounts. By the end of the day， 原來啦，每日完嘅時候咧 ，the central bank will clear all accounts and get a net sum. For example, let's say bank A, in net total they owe bank B, let's say 500。咁啦，於是啦，中央銀行就會喺 bank A 嘅戶口掟500蚊過去 bank B 嘅戶口咁解啦。OK， basically clearing 係咪幫佢清咗啲數啦？ Monetary policies, unfortunately, not in Hong Kong. 自己寫低佢啦。Hong Kong cannot do that because of the linked exchange rate system. Official reserve and keep DTC. 我哋遲啲先講咩 DTC 啦，好嘛 ？OK， 好嘛。Now these are some general functions of central banks. What about Hong Kong? What about the Hong Kong monetary authorities, right? 原來咧香港就做唔晒嘅。They have four major functions, right? Stability, safety and stability of the banking system, right? The exchange fund 外匯基金啦 ，and the financial infrastructure 唔係每一個都做到嘅，唔係每一個都做到。For example, you see in Hong Kong, issuing currency only for HKMA. Only coins and $10， 10蚊同埋銀仔先係 HKMA 嘅 其他都唔係嘅。Government banker not by HKMA。OK， 我哋自己有庫房嘅 ，not by HKMA。OK， 好啦，最重要呢個啦 ，carry out monetary policies。OK，unfortunately in Hong Kong we only have one monetary policy is to maintain exchange rate， 冇其他噶啦。Later on we will learn why， 我哋會講點解噶啦。OK， 好嘛？嗱 ，this one 原來咧考試會考噶，所以自己小心啲啦。This page spend some time to look at them。OK， 好嘛？你阿 Sir 考試真係會考噶，係啊，俾大家摸條啦，好冇？嗱 ，for X3 go to page 8 of your note。Okay, you will see that, right? Which of the following is not a function of HKMA？ 我哋望一望啦，又未睇到啦。Maintaining stability, it is a function. Managing, investing in the exchange fund， 外匯基金啊 ，yes. Supervising liquidity position of private banking， 看住啲 private banking， yes. Okay. And finally, determining the interbank offer rate. No, actually, this one banks will do。Depending on demand and supply， 銀行自己會處理㗎啦，唔係由金管局去管嘅。OK，interbank offer rate 即係咩意思咧？銀行同銀行借錢啊 ，I borrow money from you， you lend money to me，what is the interest rate？OK， 好嘛？會考嘅，所以會考嗱。Although is a quite a far away question， 2012啦，都有啲歷史啦，係嘛 ？But still do not think it will not be an exam。OK， 好嘛？好，跟住第二類啦。What about commercial banks? You know, commercial banks, there are two types of commercial banks, okay? The first one is called retail banks, which are the banks that we engage with. Another one is merchant banks, okay? Basically, they deal with firms, not individual, okay? 唔係我哋即係個人嘅，而係成間公司嘅。OK， 好嘛？嗱，自己睇啲 detail 啦，唔講太多啦。OK， 好嘛 ？Commercial banks, what they do?They set up deposits, provide loans. OK， 好正常啦，係咪啊 ？Issuing something we call letter of credits. OK, bills of exchange 咩東西嚟嘅咧 ？Letter of credits basically guarantee 原來啦，而家阿 Leo Chan 同你做生意 ，OK？ 你話喂你唔信 Leo Chan 喎，咁呢個就話啦，哦你唔信 Leo Chan 唔緊要 ，OK？You don't trust Leo Chan, it's fine. We go to the bank together. We get a letter of credit to say that I owe you money.Okay, so underwritten by the bank. So even if Leo Chan escapes, the bank will first pay you, and then bank they have money, they will chase after me. 係咪佢哋有資源去追我嘛？好嘛 ？Bills of exchange, basically to pay another person an amount on a specific date. OK， 好嘛 ？On a specific date. 好啦，如果想早啲攞翻咧，可以早啲去 discount 咗佢嘅。OK, pay amount less than the face value。嗱，不過呢啲咧好落後嚟㗎啦。OK，these are basically not these are not very famous now。OK，not common now，not common now。OK，underwriting new shares 呢個咧自己睇啦，好嘛？唔講啦。And of course they have some other services。OK，好啦，但係啦，原來呢個咧最重要處理嘅東西係呢樣嘢。OK，in Hong Kong we actually runs a three-tier banking system。原來香港咧個銀行咧有3個體制㗎。OK，we have 3 tiers。sorry, something dropped behind me, so I paused the video, right? 好啦，嗱嚟多次。Now we have a 3-tier banking system in Hong Kong。原來咧有3個等級嘅。好啦，最高級嘅 we call that licensed banks。OK， 我哋平時去開嗰啲銀行啦，就係 licensed banks 啦。OK，licensed banks 咩恒生啊、City 啊嗰啲啦。Then we have another level we call restricted license bank， 係咪佢哋有限嘅嗰啲嗰啲大少少嘅財仔咧 ？And finally we have something we call deposit taking companies，DTC。OK， 財仔啦，係咪public finance。OK， 呢個係咪大眾財務啊、咩創興啊嗰啲財仔啦。OK， 有咩分別咧 ？Boys, the table on page 159。OK，159。Please recite。阿 Sir 有咩技巧可言啊？冇技巧可言，總之你就係背咗佢， 冇技巧可言。有咩分別啊 ？For example，嗱呢幾行唔係咁重要嘅。This is not exactly the most important. But what types, okay, what types and the minimum amount and maturity is the most important, okay? Licensed bank, basically, 好容易嘅啫 everything they can do. They can take $1 deposit for 1 day, for example. All types of deposit, demand, saving, time deposit, and NCD, they can do all of it. While for restricted license bank and DTC, they can only do time deposit and NCD. 記唔記得咩叫 NCD 啊 ？NCD is basically time deposit that can be traded. OK， 好嘛？你可以 trade 走佢嘅 that can be traded. OK， 好嘛？嗱 ，the difference here, restricted license bank, they can only take deposit of 500,000 of any maturity. 原來冇時限嘅，佢係冇時限嘅。而呢度 DTC deposit taking company, they can take less money. OK， 佢係可以攞少啲錢嘅。100,000 10萬蚊 but there is a maturity of at least 3 months 至少3個月嘅 time deposit. Again, there is no skill in remembering this table. 冇 skill 㗎啦，自己記咗佢啦，好嘛？呢阿 Sir 係咪成日都考㗎？係。So next three, let's go to our notes. Page 9. Here, I have given 2 questions for you. 唔做咁多啦，做嚟做去3幅皮嘅啫。好啦，呢度 David plans to deposit this amount in Hong Kong financial institution for 6 months, which can accept his deposit. 唔使問 ，license bank 係肯定可以嘅 ，must be. Okay, restricted license bank. If you remember, the minimum deposit should be at least 500,000. 好啦，於是啦，40萬得唔得啊 ？No, at least, OK， 好嘛？而 restricted license bank, yes, the amount is OK, at least 6 months. Now we are talking at least 3 months. We are talking about 6 months here, right? So DTC also can take 1 and 3. 嚇，咁樣咋？係啊，冇技巧㗎啦，你想點啊 ？Maggie plans to deposit for 2 months. OK， 第一個 license bank 係得。Remember, restricted license bank, 500,000, any maturity, therefore also OK. What about deposit taking company? They should be this amount, now which is OK, 中咗嘅 but maturity at least 3 months, 至少3個月，佢而家2個月啫。So no, they can't do it. OK, so answer 1 and 2. 真係會咁出㗎？係啊，真係會咁出，好無聊㗎咋。OK, so the 3-tier system, the most important table you need to remember is this table. Okay, and with that said, I think for this chapter, only one part left. That would be on page 162 and onwards. But boys, you have learned this in your IH, so I'm not going to read out this for you. 自己喺屋企睇啦，好唔好啊？ And that would conclude our chapter 19. Next video, we will talk about chapter 20, which is the difficult part when we actually need to do some graphs and calculation of money supply and money demand. Okay, I will see you in next chapter then. Bye-bye.